What's up guys, Tamrakshan here. Apple's new iPhone SE is an offering which basically focuses on speed. And the phone is marketed like that because it's having the A13 Bionic Chip, which is the same chip used in the iPhone 11 series. And here when we check Geekbench 5, as you can see the processor is clocked similar to the iPhone 11, but one thing to note is that the new SE just has 3GB of RAM compared to 4GB in the iPhone 11, which means it should affect the usage a bit. But still, the new SE has a very small screen, which should also act like an advantage for the SE. And here to clear this doubt, I thought of doing a proper speed test with the new iPhone SE. And here I'm going to use the iPhone 11 with the iPhone SE for the comparison. Now what we're going to do in this test is pretty straightforward. As you can see, both phones are fully charged and they're connected to the same Wi-Fi and they are running iOS 13.5. Then checking the multitasking menu, both phones doesn't have any apps open. And here the first thing is we'll run Geekbench 5 in both phones. And I'm going to start both of them together. And here we go. Well, I did fast forward the test and here the iPhone 11 did finish Geekbench first, followed by the iPhone SE with a 3-second difference. And here the iPhone SE's multi-core score is interesting because it's less than the multi-core score in the iPhone 11. But both of them have almost the same single-core score. Well, from this, we can't jump into a conclusion that the iPhone SE has an underclocked A13 chip because the multi-core score difference can be because of the RAM too. But let's not make any assumptions, and to get the right answer, let's start the real-world test. And for that, first I did close Geekbench in both the phones, and here I have selected 10 apps in both the phones, and here I'm going to load each app together in both the phones so we'll get an idea which phone can load the apps faster. We'll start with the clock, and here both the phones did load the clock at the same time. Then the next app is Instagram, and it also opened together in both phones. The third app is Twitter, and here also the result is the same. So now it's time for the first game, which is Alto's Odyssey, and it loaded together in both the phones. Well, till now, the SE is staying on par with the iPhone 11, and that is retained even while opening the camera and taking pictures. But with the next app, which is Facebook Pages, the SE was a bit slow. Well, it can be because it's an internet-based thing, and then we have our first intense app, which is PUBG. Here also, it did again load a bit faster in the iPhone 11, but actually it's a very negligible thing. So now to the 7th app, which is App Store, and it loaded faster in the iPhone 11 by a big gap. But again, it's an internet-based app. Then we have our second last app, which is the calculator, and it loaded together in both the phones. And that takes us to the last app, which is Apple TV, and that app, which is also an internet-based app, opened first in the iPhone 11. Well, this first step was actually an interesting one, and in that, the iPhone 11 was faster with internet-based apps, and with the rest, the results were almost on par. Now, the main difference with both these phones is the RAM, and hence let's try to reload all the 10 apps to see how they are kept in memory, and surprisingly, all the apps actually did stay open in both the phones, and that's a great thing. So till now, it doesn't seem like the processor is underpowered, and also the extra RAM in the 11 series doesn't make much of a difference. But let's try to make things a bit more tough, and therefore let's open Safari and load apple.com in both phones, and again since it's an internet-based app, iPhone SE was behind. So internet-based stuff seems to be slower in the iPhone SE. Well, now I'm going to load one more game which is called Call of Duty Mobile, and that also loaded a bit faster in the iPhone 11. Now here also it can be because of the slowness in connecting to server. So from all this, it seems like internet-based things are a tad behind with the SE. And about the RAM, from initial test which was a 10 app test, the RAM difference is not there. But before ending, let's push the RAM thing a bit more, and for that I'm going to open Geekbench and run the test once more, and this time both phones did finish the test almost at the same time, and after that when I try to reload the apps in memory, starting with Instagram, well, that RAM difference can be seen. I mean, except for Alto's Odyssey, iPhone 11 kept all apps open in memory, but the iPhone SE had to reload majority of the apps. Now the main reason I did this test is because that score difference in Geekbench was major, and here after finishing the test, I think the process is the same, but the iPhone SE, even though a very fast and fluid phone, it's a bit behind compared to the iPhone 11. And throughout the test, web-based apps were slow to load in the iPhone SE, and also about the apps kept in memory. 10 apps are fine, but about that, the iPhone SE slowly starts to lose track. But still, this new iPhone SE is a very fast phone, and also it doesn't get warm even with intense tasks. And I feel for this price, this is the fastest phone available, and it doesn't use an underclocked version of the A13 Bionic Chip. That's all for this video guys. Hope you liked it. If so, please do hit the like button, and also please don't forget to subscribe. See you again in the next one. Till then, bye.